Welcome to Blowing Solutions Wide Open, where we're talking about all things spiritual, as well as creating new systems in the area of healthcare, finance, government, education, new environmental practices, and anything that helps the planet or helps humanity. My name is Addie Halkin. If you think that you have ideas or things to share in any of those areas, please feel free to email me at blowingsolutionswideopen@gmail.com or type the word guest in the comment section of this video, and I'd be happy to get back with you and potentially have you come on here and share with people what you know. Also, please like, share, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more content or even interest in getting alternative information out to more people. Today, I want to talk about something that I observed myself thinking. This was like a few weeks ago. It was a chronic complaint, and I apologize. I feel like I'm always on here talking about my chronic complaints. I guess you could chalk it up to, when you know what you don't want, it more clearly helps you know what you do want. So anyway, out on a walk, and I'm finding myself feeling frustrated about the way in which we're conducting ourselves on this planet around entrepreneurship and business in general. And this is something that has kind of been frustrating for me since I was 18 years old. When I was 18, I knew that I wanted to work for myself. I think that probably the bulk of us would prefer to do that. I think most of us really like the idea of, you know, putting out a product or a service that we're passionate about. And so I think it's a really good instinct to have. But I do know that there's some of you guys that, actually don't mind working for other people. You actually prefer that. And I always kind of admire you guys as well, because I feel like you must be either really easygoing or, you just manifested a really good job situation. So to each their own. But in regards to the frustration I was feeling, it has to do with the fact that I'm not thrilled with the way that kind of like the business coaches on this planet, as well as those that I see out there being entrepreneurs, are doing things. I feel like it's been really overly masculine in energy. I know that I talk a lot about masculine and feminine energy, and I will say that I think they're equal. I think they're equally as important. I just feel like it's, we're still operating around business in a very masculine style. And what I mean by that is, like, I've taken a few different courses from business coaches online, and even the well-intended ones, they're so focused on strategy and numbers and you got to do this. But for example, there are things, there are times where I've heard somebody say, you need to make sure that you are following less people on your social media accounts than those that are following you. And that just gets on my nerves, honestly. If that happens organically because you're busy, I totally get that. But I get tired of those strategies that are all about image and placing yourself to look a certain way. I really want to bring more authenticity into us as a collective entrepreneurial group. I think that's important. I think that we have really gotten off basis when, the first thing we're thinking about is statistics and numbers and money and, how to psychologically manipulate someone into clicking on this or buying this. And I just see way too much of it. So I'm having this thought, right, on my walk. I'm feeling annoyed. This has happened many times. And all of a sudden I hear somebody from my spirit team or my higher self or someone chimes in and says, um, okay, well, stop complaining and do something about it. And I kind of laughed because that was really good advice. I've been complaining way too long about this. And so I just want to kind of put that out there. I think that we really could benefit from bringing in more feminine energy into our entrepreneurial adventures and into our businesses. We we tend to be kind of, very mind-oriented people on this planet. And I think that, a lot of people kind of approach business from a very logical mind sense, not even, for any other reason than that's what's being taught. If you're online, you notice that, like, there's a million people vying for your attention, and they're strategically placing themselves all over the place. And then you've got to enter your email and get 1,000 emails from them. And then you got to, like, you want to learn about what they're doing. You got to go watch like at least a 45-minute long presentation. And that just feels very strategic. And it's like cookie cutter at this point. I can't be the only one that's annoyed by this. In fact, there's a lot of products and services that I simply just have not gone and looked at because I don't care to spend all that time on a video and then, have my email address spammed with all kinds of, you know, their emails. And so I feel like if we can start being a little bit more authentic in the way we're putting ourselves out there, not just in our strategies, but if we can be more authentic in our kind of motives for this, I would love that. I would feel like I fit in a lot better with that. I feel like that, a lot of people are not, they're not even like bad people that are out there that are like trying to promote themselves, but because they've been taught that you have to, um, kind of manipulate, or you have to like psychologically trick people into, clicking on this or signing up for this. That's all it is that it's like something they've been taught and they're almost unconscious of what they're doing at this point in time. And so, anyhow, this is, one of the things that often comes up for me is feeling frustrated. Like I can't seem to fit in with the whole entrepreneurial thing because it isn't feeling right to me. It never really has. And I think it's because we're too off balance around it. I realize that masculine energy is very important when it comes to business. I mean, I understand part of this is a me problem because I don't want to deal with strategies. I don't want to deal with statistics. I don't want to deal with numbers. And so, the thing is that you kind of do have to deal with some of that. And, for example, like there's billions of people online, and to just put yourself out there and like not understand how to place yourself so that the right audience is seeing you, the audience that will resonate with your messages more. Yeah, you kind of usually have to deal with stuff like that. And so I'm not saying that we need to, forget about all the statistics and all the numbers and all the things. It's just that it's overdone. And I feel like it's showing up in our motives around how we're doing business. And so, I used to be a personal trainer. I loved it. I did it for 14 years, but I have to say that one of the reasons why I let it go is that I could not stand the sales aspect of it. I hate sales. I'm not going to lie. I just hate them. I think I'd rather clean toilets all day long. I don't want to run around pressuring people and trying to convince them of things and being strategic and being in my mind all day long. I just don't want to do that. It's kind of sad that the hate for sales kind of canceled out the love for personal training, but I'm just hoping that, if we put our heads together and we really like start kind of getting true to ourselves and we start coming from more of a heart space around business, I'm hoping we can start doing this in a better way. People really don't want to spend 1 million hours watching your videos. We don't want to watch 100 testimonials on your product. We just literally want to see what you're up to and feel your intentions. And, when it comes to business, I realize that you can't take yourself out of the equation. It's important that you feel like what you're giving is equal to what you're getting back. Obviously, we all deserve to make a living. And so I'm not here to say, you have to be completely selfless and just give everything away or anything like that. I do think, however, we need more kind of nurturing, you know, loving, kind, authentic energy in these strategies that we're using around entrepreneurship. So if you have ideas on, how to get out there and be a little bit more that way, I'd love to hear about it. I don't personally know how to make this movement go forward, but I know that I am not interested in the way in which we've been doing that so far. It's felt very cookie cutter, and it's felt kind of lopsided in regards to the energy balance that we've been using around entrepreneurship. So love to hear about it if you have ideas on this. Also, if you have spiritual stories or you want to get on here and talk about how to change the systems on the planet, I'd love to hear about that. Thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video. Take care, guys.